Now, Count on 2, live and local in the Lowcountry. This is News 2 at 6.
Good Sunday evening, and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Sofia Arazoza. Thousands of people were in Summerville today for the final day of the Flowertown Festival. You may remember yesterday the festival did close early because of rain, but weather was a non-issue today, so we sent News 2's Natalie Price to check the fairgrounds out. Natalie, thank you. One person is hospitalized and another is behind bars following an early morning shooting in Summerville. It happened just before 7:30 a.m. on Decatur Road in Cane Bay neighborhood. Deputies found the shooting victim as soon as they arrived on scene. That person was transported to the hospital to be treated for injuries. Officials tell us they have the shooter in custody, but they have not released their name. We will update you both on air and online as soon as that information comes into our newsroom. 2 people are dead following a shooting in Colleton County. Deputies say they got a call about a car in a ditch on Augusta Highway just before 3 this morning. When they arrived, they found 2 victims inside that car shot dead. The incident happened in the Springtown community. Right now, no arrests have been made. You are asked to call the sheriff's office if you have any information. The Lowcountry welcomed in the Cajun culture to town today during the 27th annual Cajun Festival. The Cajun Festival celebrates Louisiana food and music. Thousands of people were out at James Island County Park today. Organizers explain why this is such a long-standing event here in the Lowcountry.
Kind of helps bring the Cajun and Louisiana culture to the Lowcountry. You know, we don't get to experience that often here. And it's actually a great place to come out and get Cajun and Creole foods, you know, maybe try them if you haven't been to Louisiana before. And it's just a celebration of the Cajun and Creole culture, and it's a way to bring people together and have a family-friendly festival while doing so.
And of course, there was more than just Cajun food at the festival. There were also carnival rides, games, and live music. Joining us now, we have Storm Team 2's meteorologist Ariel Hooley. Ariel, I went to bed and it felt like spring, and I woke up and it felt like winter.
Yeah, it did. It did come with sunshine, though. Some good news there.
It was pretty. Fire marshals are investigating the cause of a house fire in downtown Charleston. Crews responded to a duplex on Hanover Street just before 11 Saturday night. When they arrived, they found a significant amount of smoke venting out of the home. Officials say the property was vacant and unsecured, but believe the fire may have been related to vagrants who were staying on the property. Tonight, they're asking you to notify police if you notice any suspicious activity at a vacant home in your neighborhood. President Trump is pushing for increased security along the U.S.-Mexico border, tweeting, "We are sealing up the southern border." Several hundred National Guard troops were deployed to the region after the Pentagon this week called for up to 4,000 to go there eventually. U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham spoke out today about increasing security along the southern border.
There's a deal to take care of them and get the border wall we desperately need, plus interior enforcement to make us safer. That deal can be done, and I'll make a prediction on this show that there'll be another effort to marry up border security and DACA by the spring, early summer.
The order to send troops to the border comes as a caravan of Central American migrants seeking asylum moves closer to the United States through Mexico. Governor Henry McMaster says he will sign a bill that would reestablish South Carolina's limit on how many liquor stores a person can own. The State House voted nearly unanimously this week to agree with the Senate on that bill. The new law keeps the limit of 3 liquor stores per person, except in 7 counties, which have more than 250,000 people. In those counties, owners can have 6 stores. It was a fun day to be a kid here in the Lowcountry. Today at the Gilliard Center was the 4th annual Kids Expo and Summer Camp Fair. There you had access to summer camp resources and information. There were also a number of activities, including photo booths, bounce houses, balloon animals, and much more. And the best part, it was all free.
We don't charge admission because we really just want everybody to be able to come out and see what the community has to offer. There are so many resources and programs around that people may not know about. So it's a great place to learn about everything that Charleston has.
The event wrapped up at around 5 this evening. We are learning the identities of the 15 people killed when a semi-trailer slammed into a bus carrying a Canadian youth hockey team. The Humboldt Broncos were on their way to a playoff game when the accident happened. Over a dozen others were injured. However, the truck driver escaped unhurt. A GoFundMe page was started for the Broncos team. So far, it has raised more than $3.5 million. And tonight, a Count on 2 follow-up. We now know the name of the man who died in a fire at Trump Tower yesterday evening. He is identified as art collector Todd Brasner. A fire tore through Brasner's apartment on the 50th floor of Trump Tower in New York City. The 67-year-old was in the apartment at the time and was taken to the hospital where he later died. 4 firefighters also suffered minor injuries while putting out the blaze. The investigation is still underway for what caused that fire. You may want to take a minute and look inside your refrigerator. Officials with Stella Artois say small pieces of glass may have fallen inside certain bottles. The recall affects 6, 12, 18, and 24 packs. Overall, less than 1% of glass bottles in the U.S. may have been affected. The company says it's working with its supplier to make sure the problem is addressed properly. State lawmakers say they've passed a bill to allow the creation of a committee to review whether South Carolina should sell its state-owned utility. The bill would also let the governor fire the board that runs Santee Cooper. Governor McMaster says he backs the sale of Santee Cooper to help pay off debt collected by the company's minority share in the failed VC Summer nuclear project. Construction for the International African American Museum could be delayed as former Charleston Mayor Joe Riley says they still need more money from the state. Construction for the museum was expected to begin early this year, but according to former Mayor Riley, the founder of the project, they still need funds from the state legislature. $11 million to be exact. The director and CEO of the building says once they receive all the funds, the goal is to tell the history of how African Americans came to this country.
At 100,000-foot level, the message is that this is American history. Sure, this is African American history and it's a subset, but these are our stories. You know, America is this unique amalgam of different peoples coming from all around the world. And then I think, you know, for African Americans and certainly young African Americans to be able to walk along walls and see people who look just like them, I think that's going to be an inspirational story that hopefully will inspire them.
State senators will discuss adding $5 million to this year's budget to go towards the museum. Moore and Riley say that's enough to begin construction, which now may not happen until this summer. Gas prices jumped at the pump this month. According to the latest Lundberg survey, the U.S. average regular grade pump price rose 7.5 cents per gallon during the past 2 weeks. In the past 6 weeks, the price climbed over 14 cents, with the current gas price being 30 cents higher than it was a year ago. Higher oil prices are the main cause of rising pump prices, but the ongoing shift to higher cost spring and summer blends also contributed.